Okay, so here we are attempting to communicate the truth of life. Just relax your body. And your mind will begin to relax consequently. Given a few minutes. This is really important that you do this. Because time's running out. We're only here on this planet a very short time. And everything I say may sound like total nonsense. So first things first, what some people call God does exist. Some people call it the universe. Some people call it infinite intelligence. Some people call it Allah. Some people call it Submad. Some people call it Brahman. Many, many names. And all those names are meaningless except to the people in this or that religion who choose to use them, who choose to use this or that particular name. It doesn't matter what you call it. It couldn't give a hoot what you call it. And I'm using the word it purposefully because it has no gender. It has no gender. It has no form. Yet from it springs all forms and all genders. How this happens, no one can tell you. No one knows. There's lots of theories out there, and that's all they are, is theories. Getting involved in these theories will stop you dead in your tracks when you're looking for the truth. Because the truth is not found in books, and it's not found in what other people are saying. If it could be found in books or in what other people have said or are saying, then the entire planet would be enlightened right now. If it could be found in books or in what other people are saying or have said, there would be no religions. There would be no offshoots of religions. The fact is, if you want to know the truth about God, the universe, infinite intelligence, Brahman, Sugmad, Jehovah, Allah, you're going to have to find out for yourself. And that's what has prompted me to make this video. To encourage you to find out for yourself what God is. So, if it can't be found in books, and it can't be found in what other people say or have said, then how do you find it? How do you discover it? I like the word discover. And in fact, that's how you have to look at yourself on the spiritual journey, is as an explorer. The word discover can be separated into two parts. Discover. Discover, uncover. If you can't find the truth of life through books or gurus, then where's the other place you can find it? The only place you can find it is deep within yourself. Because being that when you do discover it, you find out that it is the only thing that is real. It is the only thing that is permanent. And everything else is created. And everything else in the universe, in the entire universe, folks, is created by it. Inner true self. Everything in the universe is created by it, and everything in the universe is created of it. There's not an atom, not an electron, not even the void that is not created by God and of God. And extrapolating that fact necessarily leads you to the conclusion that God has created you. Now that God in fact is creating you right now, that God itself is life, life energy, pure life energy. And that God being pure life energy, and that God has created everything and is creating everything moment to moment, you come to another conclusion, that everything is alive, that everything has at the core of its being, at the core of its existence, at the core of its very basic existence, life. And being that, and you must discover this for yourself, and that's the purpose of this video, is to communicate to everybody that you must discover this for yourself. And the time is now, folks. The time is now. Because when you do discover this for yourself, you'll find out, it will be revealed to you, that in fact God is the only reality, that God is real, everything else is created, everything else is temporal. Temporal not in the sense of linear time. Temporal in the sense that it's always changing. That created life is always changing. Because in fact, created life is like ripples in a pond on a windy day. The ripples interact with each other and cause changes in the very ripples that cause the interaction. And that's the truth of it. So discovering God, you're an explorer on a mission to discover, uncover God. God being at the core, center of absolutely every creation in the entire universe, whether those creations be physical or non-physical, is the reality. So seeing that God is at the core of everything's existence, of every created thing's existence, of every manifested thing's existence, because God itself is not manifest except through its creations. Since God itself is at the center of every creation, including you, my friend, then where do you look to discover God? Has to be within yourself. Has to be within yourself. That's the closest thing. It's the closest thing you have to God, and it's the only way that you yourself will discover the truth about God. So how do we do this? First of all, embrace and embody to the best of your ability right now the fact, the concept, the feeling that God is at the core of your own being. Begin to cultivate that feeling moment to moment in your day-to-day life. Whenever you happen to remember it, whenever you happen to remember your primary mission in life, my friend, your primary mission in life, and that means right now, is to discover the truth of the reality of God Almighty. So as you embrace and embody your mission, and as you embrace and embody the feeling that God is indeed inside you, as yet unknown, go looking for reality, go looking for the truth inside yourself. Because even though the truth is in fact in everything, your personal contact with it, the only contact you can rely on with it, is within you. Within you. Within you. So practice embodying, embracing that feeling that God is within you. And focus on that feeling, focus on that concept. Because as you focus on that concept, on the feeling, on the understanding, the standing under of the concept, as you embrace and embody that feeling more and more, by reminding yourself moment to moment in your day-to-day life, in your daily life, moment to moment, you'll find that the distractions of life begin to fade away, because you have made up your mind to discover, to uncover the truth of life. You have made up your mind to discover reality. You have made up your mind to discover the nature of reality, the nature of existence. Not the existence of this thing or that thing, as our modern day sciences do, but the reality of existence itself. The reality of life itself, of life energy itself. That's your mission. That's the first step, is to embody the feeling, the understanding that what you're looking for is within you, within you. It permeates you. It permeates all things. It permeates empty space. Apparently empty space is still full of God. But your contact with this reality, with the reality, the truth, is within you. That's where you got to go looking for it. That's the feeling that you have to embrace, the understanding that it's within you. And as you do that, then the distractions start to fade away. Oh, they may swell up at times, and believe me, they will swell up at times, the distractions, because they're all around us. Our five senses are always in touch with the distractions of life. To be continued in part 2. Thank you. How's the microphone? Still working really good.